running. Landed a length in front here from Commands up second. Then Oval Office followed by Anarchy Walk, and Storm Edition restrained today, went back to the last of the 5. At the 12.50 metre mark, and the leader is Cullen, just over a length in front of Commands out in the daylight second. A length and a half Oval Office up on the inside third, 3/4 to a length further back Anarchy Walk, and 1.5 Storm Edition last of all at the 1,000 metre mark, and the leader is Cullen just over a length in front. Second is Commands, a length further back Oval Office, 1 Anarchy Walk, 2 lengths last of the 5 is Storm Edition as they go to the 8.50 metre mark. No change in the order. Cullen 3/4 of a length in front from Commands on the outside, getting a nice run. A length and a half further back is Oval Office over on the inside of Anarchy Walk. 2 lengths further back Storm Edition last of all. Coming to the turn at the 600 metre mark, Cullen has slowed them up in front, 3/4 to Commands, and Anarchy Walk comes out 3 deep, goes up third from Oval Office, and Storm Edition last to the 5. Into the straight they come at the 450 metre mark. Cullen a half in front of Commands, a length and a half Anarchy Walk from Oval Office, then further back Storm Edition. Commands is racing to Cullen now at the 300 metre mark, and Commands has moved up to put his head in front of Cullen. 3 lengths further back then Storm Edition. Anarchy Walk has dropped off from Oval Office. Cullen fights back with Commands, 150 to go. Commands has to dig on the outside, gets his nose in front over Cullen. Oval Office is laced, but Commands gets up to win 3/4 Oval Office. Ahead third Cullen, a gap Storm Edition, and last of the 5 is Anarchy Walk.
2 Commands, 240, 150, 6 Oval Office, 490, no third, 1 Cullen.
Number 2 Commands to pay 250, 150, 6 Oval Office, 390, 1 Cullen, no third.
A lot better today. He raced very tractably today, which wasn't the case at Caulfield at the Sunday meeting when he was cluttered up, but he saw daylight and he travelled sweetly on a good rain here for Gauchi today. And although Cullen had a bit of a kick at the 150 metre mark, he just put his head in front and started to angle away with Oval Office, who had a good drag along behind the speed most of the way, getting the last crack at him. But Commands is probably one with something in hand by about 3/4 of a length. 261.
And the totes, 2 Commands, 240, 150, 6 Oval Office, 490, no third dividend for 1 Cullen. Quinella 17.20, exacta 19.90, and the 261 trifecta $63.50.
Racing this time, Spinning Hill on the inside, jumped very swiftly. So did Madam Bly, and going quickly as Beat the Fade. Not far back as they settle fully into stride either is Fleet, and making ground quickly as La Tash. She's looking for the lead and will get it. And as they race past the 9.50, La Tash a half Beat the Fade, Madam Bly third, Spinning Hill a half back fourth. And then comes Intelligent parked inside of Fleet from Cut Above Heather second last, and Absolute is Cabaret Girl. To the 750 they travel, and La Tash steadied in the lead, about 3/4 her break on Beat the Fade. Spinning Hill is running third from Madam Bly, and going up 3 wide as Cut Above. A couple of lengths to Intelligent, who's parked on the inside of Fleet, and on the last pair are Heather and Cabaret Girl. La Tash swings around the Randwick home corner with a lead of a length on Beat the Fade. She's hanging badly, La Tash. There's a mile of room for Spinning Hill on the rails. Cut Above on the outside, and then comes Madam Bly, who's lost ground. Spinning Hill is warming to the task now, and Di drives her through the gap, and the heavily backed favourite races clear. Spinning Hill switching the tail about 2 lengths on Intelligent, followed by Cut Above. Heather getting home late, but it's all Spinning Hill, and Spinning Hill lands some big bets in beating the stablemates Heather or Intelligent, and then Cut Above, Beat the Fade, Fleet, followed by La Tash, and then came Cabaret Girl and Absolute Madam Bly.
Super Tab 8 Spinning Hill, 390, 160, 3 Heather to pay 160, 6 Intelligent, 270.
Hung on the turn, La Tash. Shane Dye drove Spinning Hill through, and she's landed some very big bets and tightened right in on the tote in New South Wales to $3.70 and $1.70. Number 8, Spinning Hill, ridden by Shane Dye, has won the first event here on Cannon Epsom Day. Number 3 will be second, Heather it is. Number 3 for second has paid $1.70, and number 6, Intelligent, in the third spot has paid $2.60. The winner, Spinning Hill, of course, races in the Tie the Knot colours and owned by Mr. Sandy Tate and his sister, Mrs. Jill Neverson, trained by Guy Walter, bred by Sandy Tate, by Dolphin Street from a mare called Incline, a Century mare too. She's a Bay Filly 3, Spinning Hill, and Shane Dye. The winning rider, the time for the first was 1:08. 109.42, so they've certainly motored along. 109.42, in fact, has bettered Antelier's class record of 109.70, which was established on a fast track here in October of 1989. So that class record has stood for 10 years.
Big metropolitan program from Randwick. All the usual top-class facilities.
Began fairly out fast near the inside Southern Crown with our Danerac. Showing speed further out here is Chiming Door today, and further out is Galleon with Mondial, and just behind them Blackfriars, further back Zaro. They're followed by Logical Reason going around the outside, back behind those Confederate Kid. Settling down now, and the leader on the outside is Galleon. Galleon goes to the front of the 1400, takes it up by a length and a half to Chiming Door. 2 lengths Mondial. Fourth on the inside Southern Crown. A couple of lengths further back is Blackfriars on the outside of Danerac the fence. A length and a half to 2 further back Logical Reason Unlimiting. In on the fence then Zaro, a length and a half Confederate Kid, followed by Terryama. Then Humphrey Go-Kart, well back in the race. Tillerman poking around 2 to Troubadour. Raise the Arc last of all. They're strung right out at the 1,000-metre mark, and the leader on the outside here. Now crossing to the fence is Galleon. Galleon 3/4 of a length in front now from Chiming Door. 2 to Southern Crown. A half length fourth, the outside Mondial. A length and a half to our Danerac. Fifth on the inside of Blackfriars running sixth. Unlimiting is out 3 deep, a length further back Zaro, Logical Reason. Then Humphrey Go-Kart. Further back in the race then came Terryama over on the inside. Well back Confederate Kid. 2 to poking around, followed by Tillerman. Raise the Arc, and last of all is Troubadour. Coming to the home turn, about 600 metres to go. Galleon 3/4 in front of Chiming Door. A length further back Southern Crown. Further out Blackfriars and the Blue Sleeves going around Mondial. 2 to Zaro, and further back in the race then Terryama. Down the middle Unlimiting, and the widest runner Troubadour with poking around, but Blackfriars let down at the 300-metre mark, got up to Chiming Door, and Blackfriars took the lead from Chiming Door. 2 lengths Southern Crown, followed by Zaro. Nothing from a great deal from behind, but Blackfriars at the 100-metre mark lengthens now. He's home, he's raced away from Chiming Door, and Blackfriars too good by 2.5 to Chiming Door. 2 away third, pretty close. Give it a Terryama just in front of Southern Crown, then poking around from Zaro. Further back in the race, Humphrey Go-Kart. Our Danerac to the inside from Troubadour, a gap Confederate Kid. Galleon knocked up, further back Mondial, Logical Reason, Raise the Arc. The last 2 Unlimiting, and near the tail is Tillerman.
4 Blackfriars, $3, 170. 16 Chiming Door, 760. 12 in a photo Terryama, $11.
And on the Super Tab there for Blackfriars to pay $3 and 170. Favourite home at Flemington. 16 Chiming Door to return $6.60, and 12 Terryama place dividend of $14. We've got Canberra race number 1 coming up today at 7 minutes past 1. Back at the track once again.
Racing this time, Reenact again very slowly out of the stalls, and Kendar wide out, jumped quickly. I'll Get By's racing him for the early lead. Rock the World not far back. Aspen Star's going quickly. Now Turnpike just behind the speed with Theodore. Then Kutamutu, Desperate Cause at about 4 lengths then to Cape Hope. Blazing Prince on its outside, 2 lengths to Spar and 3/4 to Reenact. 600 metres to go, and Aspen Star in front, a half length on I'll Get By. Third position taken by Kendar, then Kutamutu. Followed on the outside Turnpike. Theodore's lost ground. So too is Kutamutu as Desperate Cause passes it. And Reenact taken to the outside. Must be 8 lengths off Aspen Star, who hits the lead. But Kutamutu is in hot pursuit. The rider draws the whip on Aspen Star. Kutamutu's rider likewise. It's hanging out a bit, Kutamutu. Aspen Star just the leader, but Kutamutu's picking it up. Reenact is running on from I'll Get By, but it's all Kutamutu. And Kutamutu races away to win the Cannonbury. Kutamutu, but Aspen Star, Reenact ran third. Then I'll Get By, Turnpike, Rock the World, followed by Theodore. And then Desperate Cause, Sporran, followed by Kendar, and then Cape Hope. And last to complete the course was Blazing Prince.
Super Tab number 9, Kutamutu, $4.30 and $1.80. 2 Aspen Star, $2.70. 1 Reenact, $1.40. Please note a late scratching in the race coming up. Race 2 at Mowbray in Tasmania. 2 Arctic Blues, a late one.
Headed him off, and it was a comfortable win. 9, 2 and 1. Kutamutu first. Number 2 Aspen Star second, has paid $2.70. Number 1 Reenact in third place. Again, a long way back, a slow start today, and $1.40. Quinella, $31.90. Exacta, $60.30, and the trifecta, $121 even. The winner, Kutamutu, is trained by Jack Denham for Dr. N. Assad, Dr. P.R. Wikramanake, and Dr. A.J. Sankey is by Dane Win from Cashel. So we're seeing the first of the Dane wins this season, and it hasn't taken long for that former great galloper to be represented by a 2-year-old winner. And out of Cashel, a Masque mare, and Jimmy Cassidy in the saddle on Kutamutu, who's run a very good 57.90, which is only 0.51 outside the race record. He won by a length and a quarter, with 3 1/4 lengths between second and third. A length and a quarter, 3 1/4. They went 423.57, and the last 634.33. Well, reenact. You've heard the call. Many of you have watched the race, and again, he came out very ordinarily. There were excuses last week. Whether there were excuses today, I don't know, but you can't give a start in these races, and he got home well again today, as he did last week. Aspen Star battled on nicely. Blazing Prince got a long way back. I'll Get By was never a chance, but
The light blinking. Race. Racing. And the message bounced away quickly. Sky Heights missed it about 3/4 of a length. Wasn't Flash away, and Roy Lopez and in a flurry of forward early. Sky Heights is now pushing forward now in the early point from Labille and Estadad. Now at the 1800 metre mark, he took hold of the message, and in a flurry and Sky Heights, the stablemates are going up now to head him off. And Sky Heights has gone through in the centre now with in a flurry outside him. The message has gone back to third with Roy Lopez on the outside, and 2 lengths further back Estadad, and Labille last of all within a flurry in front. In a flurry leads at the 1500 metre mark and moves a length and a half to 2 in front. From Sky Heights, the stablemate second, a length and a half the message, and Roy Lopez. 2 lengths further back Estadad, and a neck back on the inside Labille. They're only cantering along, going towards Chiquita Lodge at the 1300 metre mark, and in a flurry and Gouchy have slowed them right up out in front. She's a length and a half in advance of Sky Heights, a length into the message. 3/4 Roy Lopez and 2 lengths to Estadad, and Labille back on the inside. At the 1050 metre mark, and in a flurry dictating her terms in the lead, a length and a half to Sky Heights. 2 lengths further back then Roy Lopez covering up the message, and 2 lengths to Estadad and a half last of all Labille. And there's been no great deal speed as they race towards the 850 metre mark now, and in a flurry by a length and a half to Sky Heights. Going to be a sprint home. Sky Heights getting a little closer, a length and a half Roy Lopez. The message back on the inside, 2 to Estadad, and Labille last of all coming up to the home turn. 650 out in a flurry, 3/4 to a length in front. Sky Heights, and on the outside Oliver won't let Gouchy get away when they turn. Roy Lopez has gone up third, turning now at the 500 metre mark in a flurry, a neck in front. Sky Heights going up to get on terms, a length and a half further back Roy Lopez. Then the message followed by Estadad, but Sky Heights took the lead from in a flurry, who didn't give much of a kick early, and then Roy Lopez battling on. Sky Heights at the 300 metre mark has moved away 2 1/2 in front now. In a flurry starting to battle. Roy Lopez running a hell of a race on the outside. Sky Heights over a length and a half in front. He's got enough there, and Sky Heights back to the big track. That's the real Sky Heights today in the Turnbull by 2 lengths, and a pretty soft win over Roy Lopez. Oh, good run him. 3/4 in a flurry, third, a little disappointing. A gap in the race, the message from Labille, and Estadad is last of all.
Set the coast, 2 Sky Heights, 170, 120. 4 Roy Lopez, 10.20. 5 in a flurry, no third.
2 Sky Heights, 190, 120. 4 Roy Lopez, 750, no third for 5 in a flurry. Just about set at the Gold Coast. Race 2, Canberra, will follow at 147, and we'll update that straight after this race.
This time, Whistler came out just a little awkwardly from the outside gate. Private Life was best out. Salem's Tip jumped nicely. Sellers right up there. So's Danewick. And the roughy Kahiba Lad is looking for the lead. Zaytan not far away. Followed by De There, and then My Red Star. Followed by Ali the inside. Salem's Tip, Whistler. And Jabali the favourite is last, back about 8 lengths off the lead, occupied narrowly by Selenar. And as they come along to the 950, Seller a half length clear on Private Life. Kahiba Lad back to third. Danewick is was next, and then a gap to My Red Star, followed by Zaytan, then to there, and right it off the track next is Whistler, improving from Salam's Tip. Ali second last, and Jabali is last of all. 650 metres to go, and Seller the leader. Going up very hastily, Whistler to the leader's girth. Third is Private Life. 2 lengths to Danewick and Kahiba Lad. My Red Star from Zaytan. Then to there, Salam's Tip. Over on the inside is Ali. At a couple of lengths, Jabali last, and Jimmy Cassidy has flicked the favourite with the whip. And on top of the rise, well in the straight. And Seller the inside. Got away a shade from Whistler and Private Life. A length and a half to My Red Star, Danewick. And let's look for the favourite, Jabali. He's weaving a passage near to the inside. But Seller got a break, and with about 100 to go, it's Seller 2 in front. Running home well on the outside is Ali, but it's all Seller. And Seller wins it well from Ali. Third was Jabali, then My Red Star, Zaytan, Salam's Tip, Private Life, Danewick, Whistler to there, and Kahiba Lad was at the rear.
Number 2, Seller, to pay 640, 210. 9, Ali, 610. 4, Jabali, 160.
Cassidy for John Hawkes and Jack and Bob Ingham's Woodland Stud. And again, John Hawkes placing his horses magnificently. This fella had been racing in Melbourne and in Adelaide. They decided to bring the colt to Sydney. First run this way, and simply too good. 294, and the winner has paid in New South Wales $7.20 and $2.40 for the dollar. Number 9 is second, Ali. Nice run, paid $5.60. And number 4, Jabali, in third spot, $1.50. Quinella, $119.50. Exacta, $168.40. And the trifecta has returned $10,900. Oh, hang on, we'll check that again. That's a bit over. 1,000 is more like it, and $94.40. And the winner, namely Seller, is by Senek from Private Stock, another very well-named Woodland starter horse. He's a brown colt, a 3-year-old, and scored in the time of 121.76. 121.76, so that's just under 0.2 outside of the class record held by Gullible. He scored by 2 lengths, 3/4 of a length between second and third. A very evenly run race with the first 635.08 and the last 635.18. It's 294. Number 8 was the official 4th, My Red Star. Well, Jabali, he was back last as they came round the corner, and Jimmy was flicking him with a whip. He got him back to the inside. He ran on reasonably well without ever looking likely to win. He did make up many lengths, but he didn't put a hell of a lot of gusto into his straight track finish as compared with a weaker race at Warwick Farm, where they went very, very quick early. But today there could have been excuses, I don't know. Whistler didn't jump at all sweetly from a wide gate. He got back, pardon me, got back, and then he went up, but he weakened. Salam's Tip didn't do much, and the winner has always been relatively handy and simple.
Racing began in a fair line with the exception of Arctic Bite, who missed it about 1.5 lengths, and Transparent Lover jumped straight to the front from Soraya, and further out Miss Truce, followed by Zafia. And Gilded Angel has ridden up today, is going right around the outside. Further back in the race then came Happy Season, followed by My Sienna, back about 6th early. Then Imperatrice from Porto Roca. Further back in the race, Saya Road, followed by Normandy, and last of all Arctic Bite. The leader, Transparent Lover, with Gilded.
Okay, we seem to have lost all contact there with the racing network, unfortunately, with that Melbourne race halfway through. We'll see what we can do to get that back for you. Here we go.
Inside, Transparent Lever, a half in front of Gilded Angel. 2.5, Soraya, and a neck on the outside, Miss Truce. 2 further back, running 5th is My Sienna. Zafia inside it. 1 further back, Imperatrice. Porto Rocket to the outside from Happy Season. Then Saya Road, Normandy, and Arctic Biters last of all. Coming around the home turn at the 550-metre mark, Transparent Lover and Gilded Angel turn together 1.5 lengths. Soraya the fence outside of Miss Truce. My Sienna into the clear from Imperatrice, Saya Road. Then Then Arctic Bite back on the inside of Sophia. Happy Season. Porto Rocker a mile off them, followed by Normandy. Gilded Angel took the lead now at the 300-metre mark. Got 3/4 in front of My Sienna after it quickly. And Sayer Road is on the outside. My Sienna and Sayer Road get to Gilded Angel with 150 to go. My Sienna and Sayer Road are fighting it out. My Sienna is giving a bit on the inside, a neck in front. Coming in at Sayer Road. My Sienna in front. My Sienna wins the next Sayer Road. 2 away third, Gilded Angel. A gap then to Normandy, a better run today, followed by Imperatrice. Transparent Lover, Mistruce. Well back is Arctic Bite. Then Happy Seasonal. Long gap Soraya. Porto Rocker a shocker. And last of all is Zafia.
Showing speed was Murrunjai, taken on by...
Off in the Spring Champion Stakes and away to a good line too. And Angling was first away, commencing quickly. Perfect Paradise. Fairway is third, followed closely then by Getty, Freemason, and a gap to Royal Integrity. Then Liberty Hall, Campermain second last, and about 2.5 to Shogun Lodge. Well, Perfect Paradise is in front going towards the 1600, but is being taken on and headed now by Getty. Angling is back to third, and he won't settle either. Then comes Fairway, who's trapped out on a limb, followed on the inside by Freemason. Getty's rider allowed him rain, Jimmy Cassidy. They were going slowly. And let's go down to this leadership duel along the back to the 1300, and Fairway shot to the lead. Fairway from Getty, Angling to third, and Perfect Paradise fourth. Then Freemason, followed by the stablemates Campermains and Liberty Hall. About 2 to Royal Integrity and a half the outside Shogun Lodge. Racing onto the far corner near the 1100, and Fairway shows the way, a bit more than a length on Angling. Getty third on the inside. Freemason is next. On his inside and neck back is Perfect Paradise. A bit more than a length then to Liberty Hall around Campermain. Shogun Lodge is second last, and Royal Integrity whips them in back about 10 from Fairway, who comes down past the 800 metres with a lead of a length on Angling. Getty is next, and then Freemason around Perfect Paradise, and 2 lengths further off is Liberty Hall. Campermain's at his quarters the inside. Shogun Lodge is second last. Shane Dye riding quietly on the hot pot, and nearly 2 lengths further off is Royal Integrity. They move to the bend in the Spring Champion Stakes, and the leader Fairway, Brian York, quickening up on him now, and Fairway straightens up 3/4 of a length on Angling. 3 lengths then to Getty, and Dye goes to the extreme outside on Shogun Lodge. He's still 4 lengths off Fairway at the 200. Fairway from Angling on the outside. Shogun Lodge is coming home. Great guns now. It's Fairway in front. Shogun Lodge is trying hard to whittle down the margin. He's making a good fist of it. He races up to Fairway. Oh, Fairway kicked on the inside. By golly, this is close. Fairway and Shogun Lodge. And tight for third between Liberty Hall, Freemason and Campermains. Followed at the head of the others by Angling, Royal Integrity, Getty, and absolute in the field was Perfect Paradise. Photo.
Close go to Fairway at 5:30, 150, or number 1 Shogun Lodge 190, 120, and we'll stand by also for third.
Shogun Lodge on the outside, and Fairway and Shogun Lodge have hit it absolutely locked together. Watching on the big screen here, with Fairway in front, Shogun Lodge was whittling down the margin, and the post is coming up, and the Shogun Lodge's nose has come down. Oh boy, and Fairway has lasted. Number 2 is the winner, Fairway. He's taken out the Spring Triple Crown. A very photogenic horse. Number 2, Fairway, has paid $5 and $1.60. Number 1, Shogun Lodge, $1.04. Number 8, Liberty Hall has run third at $4.30. Quinella, $4.50. Exacta, $11.10. The trifecta, $102.70, and the daily double on the extra double, $38.40. Well, what a memorable duel. Obviously a split inch in it on the line. Fairway, I suppose again it's fair to say that Brian York had to ride him upside down. Shogun Lodge got back in the race and came down the centre of the track basically, and the 2 of them split it, with the judge going for Fairway, 6 on the trot, and he has become only the 4th horse to take out the Spring Triple Crown, equalling the efforts of the great Kingston Town, also Best Western and Sadapa. He scored here by a short half head with 2 lengths between second and third. The time was 2:02.25. The sectional was 1,000 in 61.60. and the last 600 took 35.31. The superfecta number's 218, 395, and it's paid $42,413.70.
More from Ian in a moment. Fourth in Adelaide at 250. One Lord Matthew. Update.
They're racing. Beige Hunk missed the start about 2 to 3 lengths. He was very tardy away. And Della Vista bounced quickly with River Affair, and they're going to stay over on the flat side. They're the only two to go there. El Mirada switching course. Zhivago and Sports showing great speed here with Fine Action. Umrum behind those. El Mirada's come across with Slavonic. Further back, Buster Jones, followed by Zuccarino. Well back on the outside rail here. Then came Black Beam with Beige Hunk and Star Joe. Over on the inside, River Affair took it up now and moved a length and a half in front. From on the behind it now, Della Vista coming down the grandstand rail, and Zhivago leads a length in front of Sports. Fine Action has gone up to third. Just behind them, Caniana, Buster Jones, Umrum. Further back, Zuccarino, El Mirada. Star Joe has to switch towards the centre, followed by Black Bean, and then Beige Hunk. River Affair in front over on the flat side, but drifting out wide towards the middle, down the outside, Zhivago, grabbed by Sports and coming through Caniana. Caniana is starting to finish well. Caniana now has got to the front, and here's Black Bean. Black Bean picking it up with Star Joe. Black Bean hit the front from Star Joe and Caniana. Black Bean first up, coming away, and Black Bean wins it a neck on the line to Caniana. Star Joe third. Then Buster Jones with Fine Action Sports. Behind them, Slavonic, followed by Della Vista, River Affair and Umrum. Further back in the race is Beige Hunk, who missed the start. Behind those then came Zhivago, who weakened with Zuccarino and El.
Okay, well, that's dropped out again. Luckily after the race, not before. 10 or during. 10 Black Bean, $8.20 and $2.90. 6 Caniana to return $2.70, and 7 Star Joe to pay $2.10. And 2-3-10 that treble in Melbourne to pay $56.80. Let's go to Tony now. They're just about set.
They're off this time. She came out reasonably well today, Nahayan. Inshallah just in front from Pastor Express. Then Able Master followed closely by Nahayan, hustling through. And then Arena, and 2 lengths further back in the race is Tie the Knot. They head along past the 1700 marker. And the rider on Nahayan, I'm referring to Chris Muntz, persevering for the lead on the New Zealand mare. And she runs clear to the back of the track by 2.5 Inshallah and Pastor Express. 3 lengths to Arena, 2 to Able Master, and 2.5 to Tie the Knot. Once Chris Muntz got Nahayan to the lead, he starts to steady her. And at the 1400, Nahayan about 1.5 lengths on Inshallah. Pastor Express on the fence, some 4 or 5 lengths to Arena, 3/4 to Able Master, and 1.5 lengths to Tie the Knot. He'd be about 8 lengths off Nahayan as they race on to the 1200. And here it's Nahayan out 1 length and 3/4 on Inshallah. On the inside of Inshallah is still Pastor Express. Arena is running 4th. Able Master on the inside, and Tie the Knot lobs along at the rear of the field. No change in the order in the Craven plate as they work onto the side of the track and run past the 850. And Nahayan making play by 1 length on Inshallah. Then Pastor Express, Arena, Able Master on the inside, and still last of all is Tie the Knot. He'd only be 7 lengths from Nahayan as they sweep in the direction of the 650. And Nahayan out by 3/4 length on Inshallah. In 3rd position, Pastor Express. Arena is running 4th. He's about to rev up. Brainman Shane Dye on Tie the Knot. He's still last, and close up on his inside is Able Master. Here he comes now in the red jacket and the white cap. Dye on Tie the Knot. He's coming quickly, and as they straighten up and top the rise, Nahayan in front, but Tie the Knot quickly swept up on the outside. Arena is endeavouring to match Tie the Knot, but it's Tie the Knot 1/2 length on Arena. Larry Cassidy goes for the whip on Arena. Tie the Knot is safely holding him. Then Pastor Express, but Tie the Knot is stamping his authority over his rivals here. And Tie the Knot, isn't he a great horse? Tie the Knot wins the Craven, played brilliantly from Arena. Pastor Express 3rd, Able Master 4th, a long margin to Inshallah, and Nahayan finished back at the tail of the field.
And Tie the Knot 140-110, 4 Arena 160, no third for 3 Pastor Express.
$1.40 and $1. Look out Melbourne, here we come. Number 1, Tie the Knot.